Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the slight delay. We're just still waiting for other participants to join. Welcome to the first ever live online convention for the Actuarial Society of Zimbabwe. My name is Jessica Mushete, and it is my honor and privilege to host this year's convention. On screen with me are today's presenters and panelists. Welcome them. Welcome to the 6th AZ convention under the theme, Maintaining an Edge in an Era of Socio-Economic Upheaval. This is a relevant and befitting theme for the environment that we're living in Zimbabwe, as well as around the globe. A period where the economic turmoil in our country has disrupted the way we do business and tested our resilience and professionalism. A period where the coronavirus has disrupted our daily lives. Beyond our borders, so many things are happening. Recently, the Beirut explosion, grasshoppers which have invaded the East Africa, you name them. Sometimes it actually feels like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. In all this, the key question is, how do we maintain an edge as professionals? How do we maintain our reputation, ethics, and excellence when everything else seems to be going against us? When the environment doesn't appear to be normal and appropriate? Today marks the first of the 4 series in this year's convention. Our first session will be running under the sub-theme, Maintaining an Edge Through Professionalism, with key focus on regulatory and economic overview. We have experts on those areas from our industry lined up today to give us more insights and highlights on the current trends, challenges, and their views on how we can respond to those. At this point in time, allow me to acknowledge among us, the people that I have seen that have joined, our 2020 ASZ sitting president, Mr. Donald Hove. Thank you for joining us. He haven't seen any other special guests that we invited as yet. I will acknowledge them as we go once they have joined. But to all the presenters and panelists, I acknowledge your presence in this forum. To all you, our esteemed guests, we welcome you. We appreciate the effort that you have taken out of your busy schedules to be part of this historic event, which will give us a platform to learn and grow. At this point, allow me to proceed. If there are no any other recognitions that I have missed for now, and I'll acknowledge them as we progress. Allow me to proceed with the housekeeping issues. Given that this is our first online event as ASZ, we hope it will flow smoothly without any hiccups. You will note that we have put all of you on mute with your videos off. This is to help to minimize the bandwidth. We will allow our presenters to go through their presentations, and we will open for a question and answer segment at the end of each presentation. There is an icon for raising your hand when you have a question to ask, and we'll accept your hand, then you can ask your question. We will request that all people that want to ask questions put on their videos so that we can allow presenters to interact with them. For the case of those who do not want to ask the questions in person, there is a question and answer forum that you can use as the presenters are going through their presentations. We will try by all means to ensure that we answer all the questions, but if we fail to answer all the questions due to time constraints, we will take the questions and request the presenters to address this through email after the convention. We also have a chat for general interaction among attendees. Please use this to post your comments about the convention, general interaction with the other participants within the platform. Above this, we also have a Twitter handle for this year's convention, which is #ASZVirtual2020. We encourage you to use this to share your views about the convention and lessons learned. There will be a prize for the best tweet for today. So I encourage all of you to share your views, any learning outcomes from this convention. With this new way of doing things, we appreciate that as per the norm, our participants are looking forward to having snacks and coffee break. This year, we have a virtual coffee and snack. So you're going to have this in your own comfort, at your own home, or in your own office. So I believe that this year will be the first year that we will not have any complaints about the coffee being bad, about the snacks being bad. So suit yourself. We are 100% certain that you're going to be happy about this. Now, moving on to our welcoming remarks. First on the agenda, we have the welcoming remarks from our president, the 2020 AAZ president, Mr. Donald Hove. He is a fellow of the Institute and Faculty of Actuaries. Donald has 10 years experience in the actuarial field. He has solid experience in carrying out all aspects of actuarial work within the Southern African region. He has specific exposure in life, general and health insurance work. He has a passion for developing actuarial involvement in wider fields and leadership roles. He believes Zimbabwean actuaries should be significant enablers for entrepreneurs by going beyond statutory roles. He is also driven by a vision of using information technology advances to improve the local insurance industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage Mr. Donald Hove.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you very much, everyone. Can you just confirm that you can hear me so that I can proceed?
We can hear you.
Thank you so much. So this is one of the rare things, the different things about this convention, that I think I'll have to do a lot of confirmation. I don't have to hear you clap for me as I walk onto the gallery. But I will do check so that I can confirm that you can hear me. But I'm very much excited about this convention, and I want to thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone who's in attendance. Please tell someone and get them to join before this convention is out. It's been laid out differently this time, so there's enough time for you to spread the word if someone misses today's session, and people can join the other sessions that are planned out. And there's a lot more to learn, and there's a lot more, I think, that will get us going in terms of facing the journey ahead. I want to thank everyone, as I've said, who's in attendance, and our presenters that we have. We'll be introducing Gerald. I'll be introducing Reginald Chiwota just now. But I want to thank everyone who's accepted our invitation to be a presenter, everyone who's volunteered as we start this convention. And I just want to say, in terms of the opening remarks, that we've set out this theme and said the theme is maintaining an edge in an era of social economic upheaval. That's the theme for today. And we're looking at how we can remain professionals, or how we can remain professional in our engagements, whether we're working in-house or as consultants, whatever role that we have to play as actuaries. And I said in my inaugural address that one of the challenges that we've had to confront ourselves with is obviously we can talk of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the COVID-19 pandemic in a way underscores the challenges that we've already been encountering. That we've seen a lot of change. We're seeing a lot of short-termism in terms of how markets are responding and customer expectations. And these are challenges that I believe we need to rise up to. And the starting point in this kind of a conversation is when we take a seat back and then we start to ask and brainstorm among ourselves and say, what needs are changing? What are the new needs? How can they be fulfilled? Are the old ways still answering the questions that we sought to answer? Or have the actual questions changed in themselves? And when we can recognize the different or the new questions that have come up within our society, we will be ready to actually provide good answers. I'm quite inspired when I read the book of Daniel. There was a very wise king who actually had a dream, and the king had a lot of wise men. And one of the things that he knew, he forgot the dream, but one of the things that he knew was that if he would tell the dream, the wise men would be so careful to cook up any explanation. But if the wisest person, or the person who would have the solution to his problem, was the person who could first of all tell him the dream, which he dreamt in his sleep, and after that, he would be confident that this person has a solution. And I believe, in terms of drawing a parallel from that story, I must say the people who can define today's problems, which is the challenge that I'm laying to us as a profession, that if we can define today's problem in a way that convinces our society, our stakeholders, that yes, we have indeed captured the essence of what we are facing, then indeed they will have the confidence that we've got the right solution. And I must say, even among ourselves, we definitely have the confidence that we are looking at the right solutions because we've been able to describe the problem. So in a sense, I'm looking forward to this convention in that it will describe for us the problem that we are now facing as a society, given the changes that we are undergoing, number one. And number two, it will give us the solution that we need to strive out for. And number three, it will give us the sort of steps that we need to take as a society in the different markets that we serve. Primarily, we're talking of the market here in Zimbabwe, but we need to go beyond. We need to think beyond. We need to contribute as international actuaries because our qualification is international. And I just want to say a word just to the student fraternity, because that's the largest fraternity within our membership, and it's very, very important. That when it comes to providing practical solutions, when it comes to being professional, there's no need to wait until you've completed your exams. There's no need to wait until you're qualified. There's no need to wait until you've gathered a sufficient number of years of experience on the job. It's a practice that starts from the very little things that you have from the stage where you are at right now. So the moment you step into the actuarial profession and you're confirmed as a student, you need to start thinking of practicing professionalism. You need to realize what's demanded of you. And rightly so, in terms of our CPD, it's required that you fulfill certain CPD obligations. So that's a requirement that professionalism starts from the moment that you join the profession. So I think beyond just expecting professionalism, we are also open to the solutions that you also provide. So we welcome you to come on the board and to have the confidence that your voice will be heard when you speak. And I think that's one of the values that was added recently by the Institute and Faculty of Actuaries, the value of speaking up, or the principle of speaking up within the Actuaries Code. And that's one thing that we need to take up, that speaking up is not just whistleblowing, but speaking up is also providing solutions when you think you've got something that can actually contribute to the conversation. And I want to just say, I just want to extend my gratitude to the Apex Council, which recently accepted that the Actuarial Society should be part of that forum. And that discussion was obviously facilitated by IPEC, and I want to thank the commissioner. I don't know if she's listening, but her team should be here. I saw Patrick Gombe. I want to thank you for that, that we are going to be included in the Apex Council. The whole thrust behind that is that we should be part of every conversation that's looking at solutions, that's looking at the challenge that our society is facing, because the sort of uncertainty that we are facing requires us to put our minds together and to really think about what we do. So change actually means that you need to look away from just having a qualification. You now need to look at what it is that you are doing and whether it counts within society. So it's a time of evolution. It's a time of transformation. It's an opportunity as well to shape the kind of society that we want to see. Who says you need to be boxed into the society that you find? But you can actually then give solutions that can actually develop and shape the sort of society you want to see. Let's not look at change as something that we just need to get used to or to just adapt to, but let's look at change as an opportunity for us to shape the kind of future that we want to see, to shape the kind of profession that we want to see, to shape the kind of markets, the kind of environment that we want to see. How do you want to see people retiring 30 years from now? How do you want to see people looking after maybe their legacy, looking at their dependents once they pass on from this life? How do you want to see people attaining their objectives when it comes to wealth and all the other larger issues beyond just protection? How do you want to see the risk management fraternity turning out? How do you want to see the banking space also being transformed? I personally have a passion for, I think Jessica has captured that very well. I've got a passion for actually spreading into the wider fields, because I believe with the kind of skills that we have, with the kind of talent that we attract, we've got a lot to add beyond just the traditional actuarial brief. And I would certainly want to see actuaries being looked upon as managers in general, as business leaders, beyond just insurance, because every business is going to have to face risk. Every business is going to have a conversation about how to manage risk even at an enterprise level. So we want to see actually spreading into those areas. And the best way to spread into those areas, I think our professional bodies have done a great job in terms of availing the exams to prepare us for those responsibilities. But the most powerful, the most potent force that we can put out to shape our way or to make our way into those areas and fraternities is by actually developing solutions. Let's have discussions, let's put out papers, let's put out ideas that can actually take our profession forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. And I want to end my speech here. The future is what we make it, and we want to maintain that edge in an era of socio-economic upheaval. We've got the skills, we've got the talent, we've got the training, and what we need to do now is to put all that into practice and shape solutions that will actually give us an edge in this kind of environment. We are the profession that can actually make it count. I've got all the confidence in everyone who's part of this profession, from the students right up to the senior and most qualified and most experienced actuaries. I want to throw out this challenge to you and say, let's make it count. Let's use our society as a vehicle to ensure that we can gain audience in many of these forums, and we can contribute meaningfully and positively. People are looking for solutions. They are looking to hear us, and their ears are open. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's get to work, and let's do things that really count. Thank you very much.